and welcome to Thehayteamtv. I just unfortunately had the job of chicken duty. Yes, those of you who have been watching for ages, the big chicken shed isn't done yet, but the little shed with 4 in it is, I wouldn't say mass producing eggs, but it's something. Oh, we've got a lot of same old going on at the moment because everywhere's loads of places run out of hay. And haylage. We're lucky that we've got, well, not got as much as we had. I'll update that in a second when I get up to the shed. First, whilst I'm here a minute, let the girls out. You right? You okay? Very happy cow. Doing a thing. Best thing in South Devon is they're so mellow. You literally do anything you want and they're just totally happy. So anyone can ask a question? Yes, our cows come in by night, go out by day. Why? Because our fences are crap and we know where they are. Daytime, at least we can do something about it. Yes, at some point we might fence around them, but as of yet, that's not happening. Just not enough time in the day. So, ads will be in a minute. Weather is phenomenal. Here's another thing. Look at this. They used to meet perfectly square. Don't anymore. So, gonna have to sort that out at some point. But I'm gonna just finish letting these out. Then I will resume this conversation up in shed to let everyone know what's going on up there. So trailer hitched on the truck for my second delivery. If we wander over this part of the yard, and I'll flip you guys around. Adam is right there. There's the raw shortness getting out. He'll be on in a minute, don't worry about that. He's hitching his trailer up, ready to take the pallets up for another Arctic load. So Arctics, it's been a new thing recently, for anyone that's new to watching. And we've now got an order for like the next, every week for the next 6-7 weeks. So to go on top of the workload as it is. And there, it is ready to go. Now, another fundamental fact at the moment is these are back because we've run out of our own hay. Now, anyone who's a customer watching, we've run out of our own hay. We haven't run out of hay, just our own hay. So buying hay in. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's got a nice, like the lighting in here isn't great, but see the greenness? It is pretty good hay for being able to find it this time of the year, and with the winter we've just had, and the shortage of forage from last season. So that is going through at the moment. Well, there is the 1 or 2 of our bales left which are going to go through, but then that is it. But we didn't have enough left anyway, so we had to buy that load in. Then we've recently just run out of labels as well, so that hasn't been done. And on top of all these things, in a minute, we've got grass to cut. But quite honestly, I'm not quite sure how we're going to get around to this. Good morning, sir.
Right.
How are you?
Very well.
They've missed you.
They always miss me.
We've got both loaded up now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It won't stop, will it?
No.
Have you? I've been scratching my head. Have you worked out how we're going to do harvest yet?
No, not really. I don't know how we can do it. I just don't.
Unless we run out of stock.
Yeah, we run out of stock, yeah. But it's almost like we need like another workforce, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's getting a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
On a fact-based thing, we've sold more forage in May than we did in January.
It's hard of, isn't
it? Just let that sink in just a minute, because we can't get our heads around it either. But anyway, onwards and upwards. We're going to load up, get this up. I'm not going to show you everything, because you've seen it a bunch of times before, so this is going to be more of a rolling video of us chatting. So you had an accident on the weekend, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell all our friends about it?
It's too soon.
Oh, go on for the laughs. You're going to brighten up someone's day. He's had a boo-boo.
Pretty much chopped the tip of my finger off nothing.
It's funny in that. Why?
Well, the missus,
Yeah.
she was sorting out the kids. So
Yeah.
I said, I'll make your lunch for you. So what do you want? Ham and tomato sandwich. No worries, leave it to me, love. It's the best ham and tomato sandwich ever.
Got this, haven't you?
Sharpen the knives like I always do.
Oh, sharpen the knife.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So obviously that made it easier going through the finger.
Yeah.
And oh, and there we have. She had ham and tomato sandwich with added sauce.
Oh, you can cut straight through your finger.
Yeah.
Even though you sharpen the knife, you might have thought someone would be more careful.
Well, to be honest, the way I cut it,
Yeah.
I was worrying about these lot, but that one was still sticking out. So the knife just went straight through.
So, you got accident emergency?
Might have done.
Oh, and now you're walking around wounded little soldier.
Yeah, no one feels sorry for me.
Well, it's funny.
What's that? It's my finger.
On this, he messaged me after just doing it and going to A&E, and were you looking for sympathy?
Yeah, and all I got was ha 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 ha. How did you do that?
Can't help that, can you? Is anyone else got? I'm having a little moment.
I'll have plenty of them.
Has anyone else got a friend like me where you just laugh at your other friend's misfortune?
We're not friends.
Oh, that's true. Acquaintances?
Work colleagues.
Work colleagues. Anyone else laugh at work colleagues' misfortunes? Mind you laugh at me every time I do something wrong.
That's pretty much all the time, isn't it? Just constantly laughing.
Well, I've got my little digit though.
Got some of it.
As you can see, the trimmer's still on. The trimmer will be coming off very soon. Before it does though, Adam is about to shoot and just do the entrance of the farm, just so when we do start harvesting, bales can come in freely and we can see out in the road, and just makes everything a little bit safer. So he's just going to open up the entrance. I am going to get out the wrapper, because then he's going to service the wrapper after he's done that, and then you can see what he gets up to then. Well, we're making our way through hay now, so that job is on the go.
So this isn't an old video that you're watching. The lane coming down to the farm
is, well, as you all probably know through the lanes and stuff like that, they absolutely fly down this lane. And coming out of our entrance, when it does get overgrown, you can't see out, and especially this time of year, when we're going to start harvesting and all that, it's too dangerous. So, you know, regardless or not, we're trimming the hedge because safety first. You know, with people, more and more people are out walking now, cars, it's just not worth it. You're better off just, you know, whacking the trimmer on and just trimming those dangerous corners, because we will be using the farm entrance a lot, and we do use the farm entrance a lot, obviously, because that is our main in and out, and it's got to be done properly. So safety first, and as you can see, I'm away from the entrance now. There's a little passing place, so I'm just trimming up to this little passing place. Again, safety, so cars can actually see how far they can go into the hedge, and so we can get the tractors past safely. So that is the reason why I'm trimming. Don't really want to be trimming, but like I just said, got to be safety first, because we do not want any accidents or people driving into us, because everyone seems to be in a rush nowadays. The next job is getting kit ready. Now this, for me, is the most exciting time of the year. Just getting the kit ready, I get goosebumps. Stupid, isn't it? I love this time of year. For me, this is what it's all about. All the delivering, all the crappy weather, everything. For me, brilliant. Sit in the tractor all day, doing what we want to do and trying to make a fantastic product. Right, anyway, that's enough about that. So you can see the wrapper behind me. So we are, well, first things first, actually. We'll get this ready. First thing, like I just said, first things first, Adam, come on, jump in the gun. As you can see, she's a no-go. Right, so basically, last season when we were using her, the battery went flat. Basically, we narrowed it down, and it was the generator inside the flywheel, well, but just behind the flywheel. So we changed that at the end of the season, to be honest with you. And obviously, as everyone knows, or if you didn't know, just keep starting a battery, dries the cells out, so that's the end of the battery. But it's just one of those things, didn't have time to get that done because we were using the wrapper all the time. So we got this done at the end of the season. So we had a new generator fitted, and so now we went and got ourselves a new battery yesterday, which is, there we go. So we're going to fit the new battery, get her up and running, get her all unfolded, and then we'll just give her a bit of a grease around. They don't need much doing to her, to be honest with you. It's been inside all year. And you'll find around the actual bed itself, around the chain, you'll find all the tails from the wrap and the net wrap and stuff like that. So we'll clean all that out, make sure that's all up to scratch, make sure because what that actually does is it builds up and builds up on if you didn't know this before, if you don't do this at least once through the season or after the season, what we found before, if you keep leaving it, what it does, the net and the plastic keeps building up on the teeth. So what it actually do then is actually just snap the chain right off. So then that's a bugger. I've done that quite a few times now, and it's not the nicest of job to change the chain on the actual bed, on the actual drive motor itself. So we'll do this. We'll get her up and running first, change that battery first, get her up and running, unfold her, give her a grease up. Ain't gonna take long, and that's that. There's one, not a fault, one thing we have got to do. We had a little accident last year, was the rubber mounts that hold the light cluster on. They've snapped, but my friend at Hulse, Dean, he likes a little mention in our video. He is sorting that out, and he's getting them down to us ASAP. That's if he's not sat at his desk drinking coffee. He loves his coffee. Right, anyway, that's enough about him. That's enough about the wrapper. Let's do some work. Right, first of all, safety first. Put your jacking bar on. Right, so chain is in here. Make sure everything is off. And this one isn't so bad because we actually did this through the season last year, but I'm just literally showing you as an example why you should always make sure your chain is always clear of all your net wrap and all your wrap, because like I said to you, all it does is jam in there and it goes in the grooves of the sprocket, and basically it forces your chain off and snaps the link. Now, I've done this job quite a few times now, me and Justin, and it is an absolute ball ache, fiddly. But that's why we always make sure it's like that. Prime example, this just builds up over time. You can see it stretches and flattens. That gets in, that builds up and builds up and builds up, and just gets in the sprockets and just snaps the chain off. But I can't blame Justin on this one because he has so many bales coming in so quickly, and you just want to wrap. And you can't check them after every bale anyway. But be honest with you, halfway through the season, get it up like this, put it up in the air, and change it. It doesn't take very long, and in the long run, it saves a lot of time because we did learn the hard way. As simple as.
Finally got to this job, man.
Can't hear ya.
Finally got to this job, man. Yeah. How's it going?
What?
That's better. We can talk now, can't we?
What?
Oh, hearing gone?
Well, I'm right beside E there, look.
Well, why did you stand there for?
That's why you come round with the camera.
Anyway, how's that gone?
Battery's done.
Battery's done.
Started up.
Started up.
Charging
Charging.
at a 14.2, which is, well, to be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I saw it charge at that. Usually it's charging around about 13, 20, something like that, but it's way too low for what it should be doing. Hence why, you know, we changed the alternator in the end.
So just a little bit of insight of what Ads is going on about. These motors are great. What are they? Lombardi?
Yeah.
Lombardini.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Lombardini engines. Absolutely fantastic engine. One gripe that we have with them is, for some reason, was it the connection?
Usually, if you come around here,
we'll come round.
right, this here, this is your regulator. Now that regulates obviously power, you know, from your starter motor, your charge, so your alternator in behind here, like your generator. So that regulates the power, because obviously you'll get, I can't remember how many volts now out of the generator behind the flywheel, but anyway, that regulates it, and it should be just over 14, a bit like an alternator on a car, should be about 14.2, something, 14.3, anything like that, that's fine. So usually these go all the time, because basically they go all the time because they're bolted on the side of the engine and they vibrate. That's what happens. So we changed them, but on this occasion it wasn't the actual regulator, it was the actual generator in behind the flywheel. So that was all changed by Holt. Yeah, that it wasn't charging. So again, in the end, it come down to the generator. So, and obviously, like I said to you, we were jump starting the battery, and as we all know, that's not good because all it does is just dry out the sails anyway, and you end up with a new battery like we have. But hopefully, going into this season, it's going to be all right.
So yeah, that's always been the little niggle weakness.
Yeah,
and we've had 3 of these motors in the past on different wrappers, but we've never changed them because they get covered in dust, they get
all day,
super hot, and they just go.
I would be interested in the new ones. Obviously, they don't do these anymore due to the fact that emissions and all that is actually now, instead of air cooled, it's actually water cooled. So you're going back to your standard engine on the car. Now, is that going to be any better? Just stood there all day. You know, will it overheat easy? I don't know. I mean, you can have a fan assembly, you can have a radiator, you can have your coolant, you can have everything. So I would be interested to know whether the new engines are going to be, you know, because I've got to be honest, these are bomb-proof, aren't they? And they are. They're really, really good. But well, one day we're going to have to go to the new engine anyway, because they don't do these anymore, and obviously there's only so many years that this engine will last.
So, on that bombshell, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please hit
that subscribe.
You can also give us a thumbs up, that would be great. It would help us out massively, and it would take you no effort whatsoever other than just moving your finger. Anyway, you can also find us on
Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and if you really want to follow Justin, he's also on TikTok.
And then on top of that, you can get merch
on eBay, or just go on the description below and just go on the link.
But from me
and me,
thank you guys for watching.
cheers.